Hey everyone. There's nothing more jarring than seeing a company or like a brand logo on a product you would never imagine them actually making in real life. Simply because it seems like so far from the actual consumer base that making a product like a completely different category, like a different for a different customer would seem like it would be like instantly a failure. Like Razer, for example, that's one company you would never imagine making like health equipment to keep you, like healthy. Especially during the pandemic when the whole, thing was going around. But I guess they made their own mask back in 2021 that they called the Cepha. I hate that word. So how do you say it? Cepha? No, Cepha. The Cepha mask, like a really good name that any English speaker could say easily, that's a good name for a product. But I'm wondering that a lot of you didn't remember seeing this coming out, or you yourself didn't buy, and I don't blame you. I think it's for two reasons. They didn't really market it that well because it's a very niche product. They don't want all of the customers to buy it as well. A small product they could maybe make some money from. But on the other hand, I know it's meant to be a mask to protect yourself, duh. But with all the product designers with years of experience, they could have not made a worse design than that one. With photos like this, it's meant to look as good as possible. With studio lighting, really good cameras, you might tweak the colors on Photoshop, but then compared to photos of people actually wearing it, real customers, it doesn't look as hot. I really think it's just that clear plastic bit around the mouth, most people look cool when they have a mask. I know it sounds a bit gay, but it does, it looks decent, but then when you can see the lips and the teeth sort of just sticking out, it doesn't look that good. But you know what, taking that into account, they probably made so gay look with all the colors flashing everywhere, because if you were outside, it wouldn't matter because no one would see you since everyone's quarantining. Compared to nowadays where if you actually went outside and put it on your face, people would probably just laugh at you, throw rocks at you, burn you at the stake, all that kind of stuff. And plus, the more looking into reviews from actual customers and then from companies that are probably sponsored by Razer themselves to advertise the product, one product that you can't really make very complex is a mask. A tiny piece of fabric that lays over your mouth, that probably weighs a feather. But then when you have RGB colors flashing everywhere and in your eyes as well, you have to put the lighting and the wiring, which probably makes altogether makes the mask way heavier when you have it resting on your face. And then from there there's a huge domino of question what happens if you wear outside when it's raining? Do I have to charge this mask whenever I go outside? Which that by itself is a huge hassle. Which even those questions I just asked, they're just stuff I thought about while looking at pictures of the product compared to actually buying the wasting your money on it, which was I'm pretty sure $100 just for that mask. So $100 to this huge inconvenience weighing down on your head and also have people laugh at you. However, if that's what the only big issue came from, just the product itself, it wouldn't be that bad. You have hundreds of different stuff coming out every day on the market that isn't that good, but who cares? If you're buying it and you get a refund, it really is not that big of a deal. But the reason why I brought up in today's video, even though it came out 3 years ago back in 2021 during the pandemic, is because during then Razer advertised the mask as being N95 quality, which is basically the highest grade of mask for public users, perfect for hospitals or during the pandemic, where it can filter big and small particles in the air you breathe. And to be fair, for $100 you would expect that kind of quality compared to those cheap masks that people would just hand out to everyone that could barely do shit. But then fast forward to this year, back in April, and the FTC said how those masks were never submitted for actual testing, meaning that they had no idea if they were actually on the same quality as they advertised to people. When they were most likely not paying attention, they slapped on the box on the website. And now looking back, to be fair, when you have that product that expensive for $100 that has flashing colors and a bunch of different settings that you could customize for whatever reason, it would make sense how you'd have barely any money left for the actual health side of the product that you advertise for. So naturally, the FTC was pissed off and they forced Razer to refund all the sales they made from those masks, which is around $1 million. And fair enough, they're actually giving the refunds back to customers that bought the mask during 2021 or a year after it was still being sold. Although it's probably really late now because who cares if they got COVID from the mask, but I guess who's gonna complain about free money anyways? And now in hindsight it's kind of fun because for $100, if you knew that the mask was the highest grade they were selling it as, for that money you could buy an actual mask that actually do the job right, that come in packs of 20, so if you lose one, who cares, you sell 19 more. Compared to this huge chunk of plastic right on your face where if you drop it or you don't charge it, it's completely useless. Now that I know that, my only theory on why they try to advertise it as that, apart from making it seem more legitimate, is that some tech company probably doesn't have the right people on staff to make this kind of product that they've never done before. Oh and god, the whole gold rush of people trying to buy masks probably made a huge factor for that as well, where some people were so desperate they wouldn't give a shit if they pissed on a rag and just wrapped that around their face. But even then, I feel like in the company, they knew themselves that the kind of customers that would buy this, like the people that have like RGB lights all over their bedrooms, really wouldn't care if it was just like same quality they advertised on the website, where they probably only bought it for like some kind of cosplay they had planned. Oh, yeah, that was right, it's 2021. There probably weren't any cosplay conventions during that time. But you know what I mean? The kind of customer that don't care how much a product costs, you know, as long as it has like RGB lighting, it looks cool, it's free game, who cares?